Hey there, Libra fam, how you be? Welcome to your June of 2025 vibes. I did see, just a little heads up, I did see the Two of Swords while I was shuffling. So either you have some big decisions coming up that you're unsure of how to make and you just know that you don't want to feel any more pain, or you know what you're unwilling to put up with, and it's never again in the sense of you don't even need to see, you don't need to hear it. Your intuition with that crescent moon right is just helping you with this new beginning, so that those people and situations you never want to have to deal with ever again can't even touch you. I don't know which one resonates. You tell me. Let's get into it. Okie dokie, let's cut the deck together. I've already pre-shuffled, like I said, cutting in 3, middle to the top. And first card is the Three of Cups. Oh, this was in the Gemini reading. It just kind of jumped out at me. So, you know what that means. We shall see. It's like celebration, right? Chapter 2 is the two... Well, I mean, that is 2, but it's the freaking High Priestess. Nice. Chapter 3 is the Hanged Man. Alrighty then. 2 very particular major arcana. What's up? Chapter 4, Libra fam, is Strength. Okay, so not only is my rising in Libra, but my Venus is in Libra. I think my Mars is in Libra. I have like 4 things, including my ascendant in Libra. So you have my attention. Tarot cards. Underneath the 3 of Cups, yeah, we have the 8 of Cups. That's right. Bye-bye hollow, superficial bullshit that doesn't fulfill me. Underneath the High Priestess, we're pulling the 7 of Swords. 7, 8. That's 2 8s that we have so far. Underneath the Hanged Man, I'm drawing the 8. No. Yeah. Drawing the 8 of freaking Pentacles. That's 3 8s, fam. Interesting. And underneath Strength, I'm drawing the Fool. Wow. Libra. This is a very interesting, I mean, they're all interesting. Let's be real. I'm fascinated by tarot. The caboose for this tale is the King of Pentacles. Okie dokie, artichoke. I'm loving pairings like Strength and the Fool and the Hanged Man and the 8 of Pentacles. Let's begin with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, though. So how this came up in the Gemini reading was like, you know who the real ones are now. You know what real friendship and what a real support, or at least what you need if you're going to be a part of a support system, right? Like, you know those things now. You tried these cups and they left you wanting. They're hollow. They're half empty at the very least, right? Your cup can be overfloweth. You know what I mean? It's like, you know the difference and you know what you want. You have at least an idea, right? You don't need all the friends. You don't need all the acquaintances. You need the real ones, right? And you've been figuring out what that means for you, because life keeps going. Right? Life keeps going, but you do either way have people that you can share moments with, happy moments and celebrations with, right? In life, right? And with the High Priestess over the 7 of Swords, I tend to feel like the 7 of Swords gets a bit of a bum rap, because it can speak of betrayal and things like that, lies and cheating and shading dealings, yes. But for me, the way it tends to present itself in these readings, like with the High Priestess, are you kidding me right now? I have a tendency to describe the 7 of Swords as, because like they leave the other 2 behind, right? So I see it as, with these experiences, with all these idiots who have been teaching you what not to do, right? You figured that out and gained that wisdom, and by, you know what I mean, you're moving on with it. You know what matters. It's just another row of cards pointing out the different ways that you know what matters now, and your intuition is leading you. So I feel like that's confirmation on the Two of Swords. It's not so much trying to block yourself because of fear of being hurt again. It's that I know what I want. I know what sustains me. I know what fulfills me. And this crap that left me feeling hollow and thinking that my cups were only half full, that's not it, right? Nice. It landed perfectly, actually. And more than ever, you're being led by your intuition. You are connected, right? That and the connection with others and the earth and all of it, truth and knowledge, right, are so important to you right now. And with this wisdom and all this intuition and everything, you are moving on. Things may feel a bit stagnant. There may be elements out of your control that are kind of driving you nuts right about now. But you need to remember that if your life is changing and you're doing all of this work, right? All of this focus on things, that's the other side of the coin to the Hanged Man, is maybe there are choices that I made in my life that led me to this moment. But while I'm here, I'm not going to mess around. There's enlightenment going on. That card came up with the Eight of Pentacles. You're doing the work. You're taking this time to do the work. Maybe things aren't moving at the pace you wanted them to at some point, but you've recognized that and you're giving into it. You're utilizing this. You're harnessing this opportunity to do the healing, to do the work, whatever it is, whether you've gone back to school or you're expanding upon skills that maybe when you were younger or at some point in your life when it was easier to have hobbies and stuff like that, but it went on the back burner because it was like, you know, something that you were interested in, but it wasn't your job or your family or whatever you had going on, right? And now you have the time, you have the ability to really put in that effort and that time to figure it out and hone that skill, right? And for me, this card not only speaks of the strength and resiliency gained in life. It's like I think of someone who has done so much inner work on themselves and healing that they're the type of person when they walk in a room, and if you're anywhere near them, you start feeling calm, whether you realize the connection or not. You know what I mean? Just someone whose vibe is so chill and so like humble, right? That you inspire people. But the thing that's going on is there's this awe for life again. I love that the way I lay out my cards will be 4 and then 4, right? And so the bottom 4 starts with the 8 of Cups. Kitty. And then we got a kitty playing, so pardon the noise. Thank you so much for your patience. She loves anything cardboard, so I like to give her the empty toilet paper rolls before they get recycled. Yeah, that's right. You flattened that for me, Mama. You were left wanting, so you went up to the mountain like a hermit, and now you're like, here comes the sun, I love my life. You know what I mean? And there's so much strength and wisdom going on. So, if you want things to, let's go, chill. That's the vibe right now. Chill. You're not done yet, right? Don't try to skip ahead. I know that when I start a job, I just want to skip ahead. I want to like all this new information that I got to cram into my brain that is just like, you know, second nature, and I can just do my job and not feel like an idiot, you know? But just, you're not an idiot. Just do the thing, right? You've You're learning, you're building, you're growing, and that's exactly what you're meant to do. Whatever you're doing right now in this point of your journey, keep it up. Just chill and that was wild. It felt like a small dog or a cat just jumped. I thought one of the cats like jumped up and like walked behind me. I'm on like the edge of my bed. That, like, you know, a mattress, like you can feel when your pet or something like, does that resonate with anyone? Oh, I did used to have a min pin, and it might be my Luna, but otherwise there may be somebody, because it felt like they jumped onto the bed and just right on over here. Moving on. You have the King of Pentacles at the caboose. This could be a Daddy Warbucks in your life. When I think of the King and Queen of Pentacles, I think of not only such immense wealth, but this kingdom is thriving. Everyone's well fed. Everyone's voice is heard. Everyone is just thriving, doing their own parts, fulfilling their own lives and purpose and all of that. They are so generous and giving. There's always enough to share. There's more than enough, right? This could be someone in your life who is one of those people who just gets things done. You know what I mean? Who believes in you and maybe coming in when you need it most to help you, to support you in ways that you've never experienced before. And you may not know how to handle it, but your intuition is on par. You've been putting in the work, and you just need to trust yourself, Libra. You really just need to trust yourself right now and trust the process. Yeah. The bottom of the, oh my goodness gracious, the bottom of the deck, for me, if you're new here, tends to be like the main gist. Like we'll get these particular cards that come out, but that's the main vibe, the main gist in like one card, right? And right now that is the Five of Cups, which can speak of mourning and loss, like difficulty of moving on from that. They have those two cups standing behind them. To me, you know what? Honestly, when I'm looking at this in on my screen thing there, you know, on my phone, it's making me think of the Eight of Cups. And maybe this Five of Cups is pointing to a catalyst that occurred that enabled this shift, right? It was painful, it was sad, but it actually enabled this shift and you to reach this point. And it feels like an honoring how far you've come kind of moment. Because I don't think you're stuck there. At least not anymore, right? I just don't. I think you've moved on from those things. And if it's a matter of having lost someone, they're right here. They're with you now. They live on with you, right? What is that Five of Cups about? Like, I'm worried that I'm not catching the full vibe. I'm still amused by the 3 8s. Okay. It may just be an anniversary for someone this month. Is that linked to the King of Pentacles for you? Someone who used to support and believe in you? Like, did you need to be reminded that they're with you still? Loving and supporting you more than ever? I hope it's okay for me to say that. I hope that's okay. You need to enjoy the quiet while it lasts. Do your meditations. Continue your practices, your affirmations, mantras, whichever you prefer, and follow through. That's your keyword or term or phrase for the month of June 2025, Libra. Follow through. Keep going. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Oh, I want to hug someone. Is that okay? Hug, like, you know, support vibes. Aw, fam. My goodness, my heart, fam. Right there. Right there. Okay, so you just stay the course. Stay the course, okay? You've got this. You have the strength. You have the awe. You have the ability to right now. So just rock it, because you already are. Easiest reading ever. Man, there's like, I feel like there's some intangible element to this one that's just driving me nuts. What's with the air signs this month? There's like something I just wispy and I just can't quite grasp it. And maybe that's just simply part of the vibe. Maybe this Five of Cups is more someone who's like slipping back into the like old habits. It's never going to happen or something when, yes, it will. You got to let that go. I don't know. What do you think? I just looked up and saw 717, though I know that. Okie dokie, fam. I'm just going to let it go and trust that what's meant to vibrate, what's meant to resonate is, and maybe it all makes sense to you way more than it does to me. But before I let you go, fam, I want to go over these major arcana with you again, because the tarot really isn't messing around when they bust these out. And you have 4. There are 10 cards in front of me, and 4 of them are major arcana. Starting with the very first one that came out was the High Priestess, right? Then we have the Enlightenment of the Hanged Man, the Strength and Resiliency of the Strength card, and the Awe for Life and the Fool. And that came out toward the end, didn't it? Right before the King of Pentacles. So what if you have an adventure that you're embarking on that begins this month? And all of this work and time of enlightenment and stuff has led up to that. I got there eventually. Hey. Oh, fam, thank you so much for your patience. I'm trying to wrap my brain around this, and it's just so ethereal this round. I appreciate your company, and you've got this. I always say it because I always mean it. You've got this, fam. I believe it.